Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rafecal, and this is Wizards and Warriors. Boom, boom, boom. This is kind of a super awkward NES game. Your entire goal is to collect these jewels and it has some really awkward platforming and some really weird items, some awkward sprites that are sometimes good and sometimes not. There's lots of damage boosts, there's lots of opportunities to kind of exploit pieces of the game. And despite that, it's a game that I remember from playing as a kid, and I think it's actually a pretty fun, classic game that maybe not everybody knows. And part of the reason I say that is because it is a game that, despite being having kind of a awkward controls at times, and it being very easy to plummet back and have to redo these fairly precise jumps, despite all of its shortcomings, it's a really neat platformer, and something that I wish there was a bit more of. Like, this style of platformer is something I wish that there was a lot more of. It's very formulaic per level. You gather gems. Usually you find some items and treasure chests as you go. Get the keys so you can get enough gems. There we go, we got the pink key there. Now we have the dagger of throwing, which is really important. Chest full of gems. There's 3 different potions throughout the game. The red one turns you invincible. The blue one lets you run really fast. And the pink one lets you... is it jump high? Yeah. So now that we have the dagger of throwing, we can get items from these acorns. We wanted the red potion, or the pink one, not the blue. We're probably gonna die here. But you know what? That's okay. You know why that's okay? Because in this game, you have infinite lives and infinite continues. Well, you have 3 lives and infinite continues, and you always start exactly where you left off. Although I really wished right there that I had not just fallen. Okay, we're gonna go in a different door here. Although we're apparently almost dead again. Or again. That's okay. Like I said, one of my favorite parts about this game, as silly as it sounds, is the fact that it doesn't matter how many times you die, you can just keep playing. And you never really lose progress. Okay, oops. Boots of Force, awesome. So, you can only have one item equipped to each slot. The Boots of Force let you kick open treasure chests. Darn. So we need to get up on top of those trees, I believe. There's a couple good items up there that we will want. Trying really, really hard to get past that gray door, and it's not making it easy. There we go. There we go. So we have enough to get in there now. And we got the Shield of Protection. So we don't have the red key, so we should not normally be able to open that treasure chest, but the Boots of Force let us kick open treasure chests. So that was a game over. It does not matter. We literally pick up exactly where we left off. We don't actually need to collect gems at this point, so we're just gonna rush down here. Oop, we may have wanted that. Nope, just gems. Okay. We already have Boots of Force, so we're good. You know what? I think we're good. I think we're good. I think we want Boots of Force and... the rest here. Okay, so we're gonna fight the skull. The one time that it does make you restart is when you're fighting a boss, which is kind of neat. I actually really appreciate that because it still, again, it lets you fight the bosses like you actually have to beat the boss, but you don't lose progress, so you start at the boss every time. You save a damsel in distress and move on. So hopefully this gives you a pretty good idea of how this works at this point. I feel like it does. So we start out, we get to keep all the items from level to level. So we get to kick open chests before we get the keys. We can't get to doors that same way. It's just treasure chests. Can't kick open doors, that would be silly. By the way, I'm pretty sure we are way over on gems in the first level. So, once again, this is full of these terrible jumps that are very challenging with these slopes. Basically, you just have to take your time. Sometimes there's jumps you just can't make, and you have to find a different way around, like right here. Potion of levitation, awesome. That's one of the things I was waiting for. So the Potion of Levitation literally just lets you levitate a short distance before you jump. Okay, already over 100 gems. Pretty sure we're actually good. We probably just need keys to get through. I believe... There we go. So we no longer have our Boots of Force. We've traded them in for Boots of Lava Walk, which I promise are more important in the next level. Okay, that's the door we need to go through. We need the pink key. Boom, boom, boom. I am fairly sure, as I'm playing through this, and realizing how bad it really is in a lot of cases, that this may not actually be a recommend video for everyone to go try this game. I think it's less about the game itself, because the game itself is not terribly good, and I'm aware of that. It controls really wonky, and the level design is as such that if you, like in this particular case, missing the pink key means we have to make this stupid jump the game is not designed to do. It's designed to be one way. I'm pretty sure the pink key is in that red door, and once again we have a really obnoxious jump. Okay. I will say it's kind of nice that it gives you this trail of gems, basically. Oh, there's the red key. So you kind of always know roughly where you've been because there's no gems. That was me actually just failing to push a button, which was terribly impressive. we go. I am totally okay with getting the death music in this case, because it's somehow still better than the crap in the rest of it. Okay. Hidden block there, basically. Equivalent of like a coin block in Mario that's just full of gems. Now, I'm pretty sure you only need like 100 and some gems, and we're just broke 200. There we go. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and die, because this is a boss. And the bosses, you do have to start at the beginning every time. So we're gonna go ahead and get most of the bats up here. Knock as many of them as we can out. The actual boss is gonna be one of the bats here at the end. Gather the treasure, and move on. Now, one of the neat things in this is, most of these items are not required. Most of them are purely, like, quality of life upgrades. You can get through most of this without getting most of these items. So this is one of the areas that I kind of wanted to get to, just to really show the game. So this section is full of, so first of all there's lava. If you did not have the potion of lava, or the boots of lava walk, that does damage to you. Standing on most things in this level do damage to you if you don't have the boots of. These but mostly you have to ride these bubbles. Which need to spawn more. So once again, that precise platforming that I was talking about, it's taken to a whole different level. As you have to do these very specific jumps, and if you miss one, you have to ride a bubble all the way back down. You know, the more I talk about this, the more I realize how bizarrely, like, masochistic my gaming tendencies are, and how far back that masochism went. Because this game is pretty brutal, and despite the fact that it doesn't ever kill you, that almost makes it worse in a way. So if I remember right, you need either the blue or pink potion to get over this jump. I can't remember which one, or where it is, or whether you just have to hope one spawns from killing these guys. I want to say there's one like down here somewhere, and you have to like race with it, basically. That's where we came in. Okay, we'll write a bubble up. And then realize that that bubble was in the wrong spot. Because there's a ceiling there. Once again. Okay. We lost our bubble. We actually had a good bubble there. 2 good bubbles. Even better. Ride that all the way to the top. Okay, so it doesn't look like there was anything of worth up there. We need the red key to keep going, which I'm pretty sure is past that ledge that I was just talking about. So, I think we need to get back up to that ledge, which I think is right over here. So we need to bubble around this point. Let's see if I guessed right. Nope, a little more to the left. Perfect. No! Okay, now I actually really don't want to get killed. So I think one of these is gonna do it. Crap. I shouldn't have gotten off. Nope, that didn't work. Okay. Okay, it must be blue. I'm gonna get killed here quick. Once again, I'm not sure which music is actually better or worse here. Random other nostalgic note related to this game. This is one of the books that, or this is one of the games that had a Worlds of Power little junior novelization written. About it. I remember this being one of the better ones. If I remember right, the Castlevania one was terrible. The Blaster Master one I actually really liked. And it was part of the reason I liked Blaster Master so much. Starting out. I remember this one being, like, including a lot of stuff in the early from the early parts of the game, especially. Well, there should be a blue potion at some point. So yeah, I'm not sure why this game wasn't even on my list originally to play. I just really had a random itch to play it, and it's a game that is both nostalgic to me and something that I've gone back to a couple times before. It's a game that you can always play through to the end because the way that the live system works, there's no real risk of a game over or anything like that. You just keep playing, and you play as long as you want, and generally speaking, if you don't get all the way through, you don't feel bad about it. I have a thought, so we're gonna try something. That didn't work. I failed my jump. Okay. I was gonna try and game over on the ledge and see what happened. Yeah. So like I was saying, I really don't even know why I decided to play this game, because it's not like it's particularly good or something I'm going to recommend other people play. The level design is kind of mediocre. The game itself is very flawed when it comes down to things like level design and even just being able to even just basic movement functions and stuff like that. It's not a great game. In a way, it almost has some aspects of it that are like predecessors to or contemporaries of what we would now consider like Metroidvania and open world games, because of the fact that there's so much just extra stuff. Like, the bare minimum you need to get through these levels is not a ton. There's not actually a very big requirement as far as the gems and keys go. That's literally, you just need a few gems and some keys. But there's so much just in these levels to explore. And while actually traversing said levels can be very challenging, and not in a good way necessarily, the actual while the actual execution is not good. There's some blue potion figures. Aha! Like I said, it's only the way forward, and it's blocked by a random drop from enemies. you know, like good level design should have. Always have random drops be a required thing. Oh sure, now there's blue potions everywhere. So we just lost the boots of lava walking, which is actually okay, because Wand of Power is way better. Oh, I died again. Okay. So this is actually going to be my end. Unless the next level is the castle. But I don't think it is, because there's at least a forest, another cavern. I think there's another cavern and a forest in between. So, like I said, this is a nostalgic game for me for a couple weird reasons. It's not like it has great story, it's not like it has great level design, it's not like it has great motion like a lot of games that I've praised have. This game is frustrating and hard to control, but it's got a bunch of just neat ideas built into it, like this potion of levitation. It has these huge caverns that you have to explore to find things, and you can keep going after you've found what you need to find these other little things, like whether you're gonna get this Rod of Power or whether you're gonna get, you know, the boots of lava walking. You know, if you don't get those boots of lava walking, then that whole section is harder. That next level. But you're losing the boots of force to do that, so you can't open those, you know, those treasure chests that you could have opened earlier. And, I mean, it has some neat ideas. And even if the game itself is extremely flawed, it's fun. And you can't lose. You literally can just play until you're done playing. And while it's definitely easy to be done playing once you get to a certain point, as I die while standing and giving my my end, even if it's easy to want to stop playing eventually, it's not like you're gonna feel bad about, you know, stopping. It's not like you're not accomplishing your goal. And if you do want to keep playing, it's actually got a lot of neat little areas in it. It's got a castle at the end. It's got a whole thing of, you know, Mega Man disappearing blocks on the side of the castle that you have to go through with this jumping scheme. It is a neat game with a lot of neat ideas. And while it's clumsy and awkward, it's still kind of fun. It's still charming in its own way. And it's makes it made a little less frustrating by the fact that you can actually like, you're not going to be horribly penalized for it. Like, when you game over in a Mega Man game and you have to start the whole level over from scratch, it can be really frustrating. So, at least the frustration in this one doesn't have, like, a punishment. You don't get punished for going through and, you know, the frustrating parts don't punish you. That's what I was trying to say. Once again, several cool items all in that one little area. Projectile weapon, Cloak of Darkness. So yeah, this was my review slash whatever this is. I don't even know what this is. This is my babbling about Wizards and Warriors for the NES. If you think it looks fun, go play it. It's a really fun little jaunt, and you can get through it in probably an hour or two, and you never run out of lives. And maybe you'll find a cool item or come up with a cool idea for another game, or you know, if you... I don't know. I got nothing. Maybe you'll come up with a cool idea. Maybe you'll notice something in this that inspires you in some other way. And maybe it'll just be a weird little game that you enjoy. And maybe it won't be, and you'll learn something that way. Maybe you'll realize that sometimes you have this weird nostalgia for weird games and that really aren't as good as you remember. And you'll end up playing them on a YouTube video and kind of stumbling around for words trying to end it because you don't really have anything conclusive to say. I feel like that last one was really on the nose. So yeah, if you're enjoying these videos, give me a like and subscribe. I apologize for my babbling. I apologize that I'm... You know, it probably should say something about the fact that I'm still playing this as I'm giving this horrible send-off. Like, I couldn't just stand still. I have to keep playing. And I guess that's another little thing about it. It's a game that you may just want to keep playing. It's kind of easy to say one more. So yeah, if you like this, give me a like, or if you're enjoying these videos, give me a like and subscribe. Check out the other content on my channel. Most of them are playing real games, so if you're new to this, this is probably not the best starting point. This is me babbling about a game that I liked as a kid, and I would recommend checking out one of my other videos if you are even slightly intrigued by it. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments. And as always, find secret doors. Have a good one.